Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafra. I greet each and every one of you wherever you are this afternoon, the 21st December 2020. We thank Chukwuka Kabiama who made it possible for us to be where we are today, because without Elohim, we cannot achieve what we achieved as an indigenous people of Biafra. And today, I want to first of all say that we thank each and every one of you who has made it possible for us to be where we are today, because without a collective effort, there is no way that we can achieve the things that we have achieved today. The title on this program, it says, they were informed. They were informed in a sense that the things that is going on in Nigeria today has been so many times by so many people, more especially our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, explained to so many people what is to come, but they kept deaf ear. A lot of people in their various platforms, a lot of media, genuinely media, who are working for the people. For example, the indigenous people of Biafra, Radio Biafra, has in so many ways tell our people what is to come. And today, a lot of you are seeing it, and there is no two ways about it. Because what we've been saying right from day one is nothing but the truth. But the enemy will always, one way or the other, trying to convince or try to let the people have a kind of how do I say it? A kind of a hope. But there is no hope in Nigeria. You know it, I know it. You know it, I know it. This is the reason why the program today says they were informed. They were informed what is happening today, but they kept deaf ear. They kept deaf ear in a sense that it doesn't concern me, but today does concern you. Even though we, the indigenous people of Biafra, has come up with the security network called the security Eastern Security Network, and this Eastern Security Network has been a great deal, and a great challenge to the Nigerian government today, because a lot of them want to clamp down on us, but because of we have now come together as a people and said enough is enough, they cannot do anything. Our so-called political leaders, our so-called governors, they did not do nothing. They did not do practically nothing in a sense to secure the life and property of a people. Some time ago, our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tweeted on his page, and he said that he's very, very sorry for anybody who will involve himself in the police or an army. The newly recruited army and the police that took place a few months ago, which our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tweeted just about last month, I think, in his page, and he said that he is sorry for anybody who will integrate himself or present himself to be a service to Nigeria. Because being a service to Nigeria is making sure that your generation sees no light. Serving Nigeria is making sure that your future generation sees no light. And this is the reason why we are here to provide this gospel of redemption, so that the people can be able to understand what is going on. We know that Nigeria has been on the corruption platform right from the beginning, right from the beginning. And the man that came today says that he wants to wipe away the terrorists in Nigeria, which is a late Buhari. But in his cabal, corruption had been the talk of town, which involved the IG of police. This program today is to tell our brothers and sisters who might be thinking that Nigeria government have opened enough opportunity for them to able to come and join the police, to able to come to enjoy the army. Because of what? They are losing their personnel. And if you know, recent years, that for you to achieve anything, for you to get into any kind of special job of what you practice, is either you sell yourself as a woman, or you spend a lot of money. And some people, when they spend this a lot of money, they don't get this job. So Nigerian government will now make it for you that there is a hope that nobody would ask you to bring money, in a sense that they will protect your integrity for you to come and join Nigeria police, Nigeria army. We are telling you that you must not do anything to jeopardize the freedom of the people, because people are resigning from the Nigerian police as we're speaking. People are resigning from Nigerian army as we are speaking. And also, sorry, people are resigning from the Navy as we're speaking, Air Force as we're speaking. So we bring you this message so that you cannot fall a victim. You know what I'm saying now? We bring this message to you so you cannot fall a victim. You know what I'm saying now? So if you have any brother who is in a remote control area, if you have a sister who is in a remote control area, who don't know what is going on, this message is for them. This is not about only Biafrans. This is not about only the Oduluwas. This is not about only the genuinely northern people, but this has to do with everybody that is in this contraption called Nigeria. And they had to go with they said it is the expose. The DSS has been exposed, but through my findings, it is not. Good. Now, during my findings, it is not DSS, only DSS being exposed. It is the Buhari government being exposed. It is the IG of police being exposed. It is all the inspectors generals that you have in Dandabu Zoological Republic of Nigeria being exposed. You understand what I'm saying now? Now, this expose. Now, this program is not just. Ngondo, it's okay. Ngondo. No labor. Okay. Go. I'm in a program. Nnamdi Kanu never. Oh, if Nnamdi Kanu Chango Sugi. If Nnamdi Kanu never. Now, this program is not about only the Biafrans. It's not about only the Oduduwas. It's not about only the Ariwas. It is about the whole people who find themselves in the contraption called Nigeria today, so that you don't find yourself fall into victim of what we are talking about. A lot of people have fallen this victim because of the desperation for them to get a job in wherever they pleases. But because the Nigeria today is a failed state. So like I said, this expose is not only just about DSS or whatever, but to save our people. Because the whole world now knows that Nigeria is a failed state, Nigeria is a corrupt state, and the only way for people to be free in Nigeria is total disintegration of Nigeria. Total disintegration of Nigeria. This is the reason why the people must listen to this. And by the time we are through with this, there is a backup, a clip backup with what we are doing right now. Now on this, it says a man called Muhammad Shehu from Katsina. A man called Muhammad Shehu from Katsina State, an activist and a non-commercial whistle blower. A non-commercial whistle blower. This man, he brought out this in the public of people so that people can be able to know what is going on. It is that by the grace of God that he can able to share this with us. He said, according to him, DSS being exposed, IG or police being exposed. Now, this is it. He said, he said, a special program in a sense that is going to give you a sad story, a very sad story of 24 young men. And all of these men belongs to age of 27. That's what I'm saying now. This happened in 2019 when the recruitment of police is taking place, which it was announced, it was advertised that everybody is free to come and apply for a Nigerian police force. That's what I'm saying now. So a lot of people applied, but especially these 24 young men were used to buy a slip that were meant for other people because of the corruption in the Nigerian police. That's what I'm saying now. Like I said, we know that Nigeria is a corrupt country. We know that Nigeria is a corrupt state. We know that Nigeria is a failed state. But we are doing this expose for most of us who have not had any idea of this particular story, and it's a reality. It is a reality. And for us not to fall into victim of any such. Because a lot of promises will be given to you. A lot of promises will be given to you that they will take care of your family, that will be health insurance and the rest of them. It is only for you, it's only for them to get you and to do what? To demonize our population. So this story is about 24 young men, and these 24 young men, they applied for Nigerian police. That's what I'm saying now. They applied for Nigerian police to be serving to the Nigerian police force. Yes, sir. So when they came, they were told that a lot of people from their state have already filled up the form. But if they can go and come back the next day or so, that they will now see if the other people who apply from their state, will come or not, which they later return back as they were told. That's what I'm saying now. Which they later return back as they were told. And when they were told, they asked them then to say that if you want this opportunity, there is a way. There are other people from other states, you know what I'm saying now, who has not come to present themselves for the newly recruited police. That's what I'm saying now. So what you have to do is to each of you will have to give me 700,000 naira. Imagine a country where there is no job. Imagine a country where somebody where you come out from the when you were graduated, after graduation, you will not have nothing to go home about. Imagine a country where there is no infrastructure and they were asked to pay 700,000 naira in order to take other people's slot from other states, which is not from their own state. And being desperately that they needed this job, they were do as they said. They went a lot of things, they went a lot of hell to make sure that they raised this money. But what happened at the end? At the end, now listen and listen very good. It says DSS has been exposed, IG of police have been exposed, and also Buhari government has been exposed. Now, this is for the safety of our people. This is for the safety of our people, because we cannot allow anybody to jeopardize the freedom of others. So whenever we have this information, we must bring it out for the people to understand what is going on. We must bring it out. Now, he said, this man who blew this whistle, he goes by the name Muhammad Shehu from Katsina State, an activist, a non-commercial whistleblower, and a businessman based in Kaduna State. A special program, he said, that is going to blow your mind, is going to make you go crazy, is a very sad story, and very sad story indeed. A story of 24 young men, and all of these young men belong to the age of 27. They belong to the age of 27 years old, who had been under the incarceration and detention for the last 6 months at the 4 CID headquarter detention center in Area 10, Abuja. He came across these men when he was unlawful, wickedly detained, harassed by detention against all the existing laws in Nigeria for 11 days. This man had been detained unlawfully, wickedly, against all the existing laws that is existing in Nigeria. He was detained for 11 days. On the command and instruction of IG Adamu, that is Inspector General of Police Adamu of the Nigerian Police, on account of a complaint written by Kaduna State government in which he was assumed to be guilty before arrested. When he was detained in that center, now listen, when he was detained in that center, on the very day he was detained, he perceived an odor. When he was detained, on the very day he was detained, he perceived an odor. He perceived an odor within the compartmentalized cells, and he said, let me go around despite the circumstances, and he come across 24 young men, 17 Christians, and 7 Muslims. They were all jam-packed in one cell. If most of you remember the picture of brothers, our Jewish Biafran brothers, who were jam-packed, the picture was circulating all over internet, all over social media. Our brothers were jam-packed in a single cell. This is kind of view I want you to have in your mind. Now, it said there were 17 Christians and 7 Muslims jam-packed in one cell, sleeping on the floor and smelling all over, incarcerated. No voice to speak for them, nobody coming for them, nothing. They were only surviving by the grace of God, he said. And following morning, he took it upon himself to assume that he has no injury. Remember, he said that he was unlawfully, wickedly harassed, detained by the IGP police, Mr. Adamu of Nigerian Police Force. He took it upon himself to assume that he has no injury and to take steps to heal their own injuries and to interview them, because he said that he is a social political activist. So he did a very wonderful job. He took a step to interview them, and the out of the interview is what is you're going to hear. In the first place, what the federal government want to complement the shortfall in the Nigerian police force. What he's trying to say is that, at the first place, what Nigerian police force want to do is to fill in the gap of the shortage of Nigerian police in the Nigerian police force. The Nigerian police force advertised for people to apply in Nigerian police force, and these men met all the criteria and they apply to be responding on the instruction on Nigerian police website. There's something now. Subsequently, they receive an interview. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Subsequently, they receive an invitation to attend the exams in a various police training across the country. They invited to the police training college Maiduguri on the 20th October 2019. On the 20th of October 2019, they arrived. They were informed by the Inspector Yarima Augustine that yes, they have been responded and they have been invited based on their invitation application they have submitted. But he is sorry to tell them that people from their own state have applied, that their names are on the reserve list. Listen, do you listen to the tricks? This is the tricks that these people they use. He is sorry. A lot of people have applied that their name is on the reserve list. Now listen, that they should go and come back after 3 days to know if the other people from their state have not reported, and they will be replaced. And after 3 days, which is 23 October 2019, they were informed by the same guy, Inspector Yarima Augustine, that states where they come from have applied, and that if they are still interested in joining the force, that there are other states where candidates have not turned up, and that they should go home and bring 700,000 naira each if they are interested. So I'm saying now, if they are interested, these young men are jobless. They went back to their respective states, as far as Taraba State, as far as Borno State, as far as Yobe State, to go and get the money. Now let me hold it there. Let me hold it here. Do you know the reason why this thing come out live? The reason why it came out live for us to see, or the reason why it come out live for us to see, is because a Muslim who is a social activist were unlawfully detained. You know what I'm saying now? And part of his job is a social activist. So he come across this for 24 young men. He interviewed them. He later find out that there are 17 Christians and 7 Muslims. That's what I'm saying now. So being a Muslim, it is normal. It is normal for him to do what? To first of all attend to his people. You know what I'm saying now? But we don't do that. We carry everybody along, just like what our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did when he was in Kuje prison. That's what I'm saying now. So the only 3 states, he just mentioned only 3 states, people who are the key points of this story. Then when by the time we go more ahead, you will now understand what we are doing. So he mentioned that they went back as far as Borno State, Taraba State, and Yobe State to get this money. According to him, he said that he shed tears how 3 of them survived to get 700,000 naira. One of them said that 3 of his sisters were to get married, and for the past 5 years they have been saving money for this marriage. They have been saving money for this marriage, but the mother, she have to weigh between the crops and corn and see which one is more valuable, you know. So they now decide to use the money that they've been saving for the marriage of her sisters to give him and to able to do what? To get this job as a police officer. But I'm saying that the others say that his father had sells 3 of his farms, 8 cattle, to raise 700,000 naira. His father have to sell 3 of his farms, 8 of his cattle, to raise 700,000 naira. And other, his father divided his house into 2 to able to sell and get the sum of 700,000 naira. So for his son can be able to bribe a policeman for him to get a job as a Nigerian police. This sum of money, it was officially that 10,000 naira is the money that they need to pay, but they took 700,000 naira for them. Now, these are the things that 3 of them, somebody come from Yobe, another one come from Taraba and the Borno State. Out of 24th, we're still going. There's a lot here to tell you. That's what I'm saying now. This is what we're doing. For you not to fall into the victim. If they come to you and say to you, there's a job opportunity to become a police officer, to become an army force officer, ask him or her, why is other people resigning from Nigerian police? Ask him or her, why is other people resigning from Nigerian Navy, Air Force, military? Ask him or her, why are they sending military down to the Biafran land, down to the southwest, whereas nothing is happening here, but people are being killed in the northern Nigeria by the terrorists that they created? Why are they not doing anything about those things? Why would they use the military, the police that are meant to use to fight Boko Haram, to fight ISIS, that they use it to send in Biafra land or in Yoruba land? This is a question that I want you to ask him. Because if you don't do this, if you foolishly enough to fall into the victim, your family might not see you again. Because after they use you and they are gas, what do? They will eventually kill you for them to cover up their trash. This is a fact. This is a fact. This is the fact. Like I said, by the time we do this finish, you're going to listen to the clip, back up with what I am saying. You know what I'm saying now? Whatever that we do, we always back it up with fact and figure so that people can be able to listen. You know what I'm saying now? People can be able to listen. Now, let's go on. According to him, he said, the other said that his father had to sell 3 of his farms and 8 of his cattle to raise 700,000 naira. And other divided his house into 2, sold one in order to raise 700,000 naira. The police department gave the money a name, and it called a levy. This is the money that the police department baptized this money. This so-called levy were meant to be 10,000 naira. It was meant to be 10,000 naira, not 700,000 naira. They gave it a name and they call it levy. They call it the levy and told them to hand over the money to admin officer DSP Eliakija and AO at police training Maiduguri State. However, one Philip John, who couldn't give cash but transfer 500,000 naira into the personal account of the DSP Eliakija, the admin officer. This is the interesting part. Like I said, the people that he used to make the key points were the people that he can able to say that this is exactly where they come from, and he listened to their story. That's what I'm saying now. He listened to their story to be able to tell. But they could not provide any evidence. The only evidence they could provide is their story. You know what I'm saying now? And what they are going through. But this man called Phillips, according to him, Phillips John, who couldn't give cash, but he transferred 500,000 naira into the admin officer. That's what I'm saying now. He transferred the money, 500,000, into the admin officer. And with this, they could be able to have an evidence. You know what I'm saying now? Because when Yawa gas, they ran them up, they bring them in and release the people's documents. Because there are people who those documents, those clips were meant for. So when they gathered themselves, they went to Kano State Governor and complained to him that the police Maiduguri Training College has sold their slop. So the Kaduna State Governor had to involve one of the senators in order to write a petition to the IG of police. So IG of police, they arrested these men who they defraud and put them in prison in order to shut their mouth up. Eventually, they will kill them. So this is the reason why we're telling you this. We're still going. I just want to analyze a little bit so that we can go forward. Why are we doing this? We are doing this so that you don't fall a victim. You don't fall a victim. I repeat, so you don't fall a victim. He said, however, one Philip John, who couldn't give cash but transferred 500,000 naira into the personal account of DSP Eliakija, the admin officer. The admin officer. We have the details of where that money paid into. He has the details of where that money paid to. Also, Carlos James transferred the sum of 700,000 naira to Sergeant John Monday into his personal accounts. Evidence of transfer details also available. There's something now. And 22 others gave their money in cash to the DSP, Eliakija. You understand what I'm saying now? The rest of 22 people, they gave their money cash. Only 2 people who transferred their money into the personal account of one of these criminal, corrupt politicians, army officer, called police officer. So you must tell your brother, you must tell your sister, if anybody wants to join into military or whatever, police or whatever, please and please, please, please warn him. Refer him to this program. Refer him to this program. The only way to have total justice in Nigeria is what? Total disintegration of Nigeria. It doesn't matter what they do. Doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do. The rest of the people, they paid the money cash. The rest of 22 people paid money cash. 24 of them were told to resume the following day, 28/10/2019, for training and to bring along with them all the original credentials, and on arrival of 28, all of them files containing that credentials were handed. On arrival of that 28, all of their files were handed over to them because they demanded the credential. Over the way collected by the Inspector Yarin Augustine on November 4th, 2019, they were insured with serial number, which is called service number. And to that, they said the service number and serial number will become their names and their identity, not their real name. They give them a number. They give them the number and say that this number will become your name, your real identity. Your old identity will not be existing anymore. Now, let me tell you, not only that they are duping people, but also they are also using indirectly to convert people into Muslim by giving them Muslim name. You see what I'm saying now? These Christian brothers, 17 Christians, were all given Muslim names, deny them of their real identity. And this Muslim name were people from Kaduna State. Kano State, sorry to say. You see what I'm saying now? So serial numbers were given to them, which will be their names and identity, not their real names. On the 28th October 2019 to 24th July 2020, making it 6 months, they received extensively training, physical training, mentally training, arms dismantle, arms reassemble, and arms usage, and went for shooting endless time, according to him. And after 6 months training, they were posted. But before that, 3 months into the training, they were called upon and told them that they had that the IG of police is sending an audit to audit the team of CADEC, customs, and others. If we remember, I think in 2019, there were a group of people who were receiving police training, who were marching. We know what I'm talking about. We know what I'm talking about. There are one. He's supposed to be marching in a reasonable and somebody who is qualified to be a police because he had received a 6 month training. You know, and people were laughing. He was so excited that the people from the north, they couldn't even match well to become a service to the nation. But they are also the people who been putting into that place called military, called police or whatever. And also, we saw some group of people who were sitting down, and somebody was hitting him with an object on his head. Say, you want to become police, Abi? You want to become police, Abi? And he was saying, no, I don't want again. I don't want again. I think we should remember that. We should remember that. Like I said, they told him that IG of police is sending an audit. Who will come and audit their team, the team of cadet custom, and they are going to be giving them a new names which must be used and adopt. Which must be used and adopt. In the event being asked, IGP of police is sending an audit, right? And they're going to give them the name. And giving them a name, they must use this name and adopt this name. But after the IG team has gone back, they will go back to their original names. The team came and they were given names. Here I'm going to, according to him, here I'm going to give you their real names. They gave them the state of origin and their local government with files 1. I'm going to play the clip so that you don't get confused. On this file 2, I will give you their adopted names with Christian giving Muslim names against their personal wish and desire. When they were leaving for posting, on their various division, on their way they were living, they went to the same person who gave them Muslim name and asked him, sir, we were being posted with different names. What will happen to our original identity? His response to them is, go to your division. You are going to receive signals transferring your original names. That's what I'm saying now. Transferring your original names back to you. You should not worry. And they believed him, and they were posted and left to their various division. After 6 months of training, after 6 months of training, they've been posted to the various division with a different name. With a different name. And what did they say? They went back to him and said, sir, we've been posted in different division with different names. What will happen to our real identity? And the man said to them, go to your various division. Go to your various division. A signal will be sent to you with your original name. Don't worry. But they keep asking, even by phone calls, when are they going to have their real names back? The DSP area keep assuring them that something will happen, but before anything could happen, on the date of passing out on the 24th April 2020, before anything could happen, on the day of passing out, which is 24 April 2020, They received a posted letter exactly with the adopted names, and were told to proceed to their division without any complaint. You understand what I'm saying now? They received a letter on the 24th of April 2020. They received a posted letter exactly with the adopted names and told them to proceed. They should not worry or complain. But they keep on calling them, but no response. They keep on calling them, no response. However, on the 27th of April 2020, they were posted to a various division and reported that same day and worked from 27th 2020, 27th April 2020 to 26th June 2020. They worked for 2 to 3 months. In the early weeks of July 24th, the 24 young men, in the early week of July, the 24 young men went to the governor of Kano State and informed him that they were all indigenous of Kano. Now, this is don't get confused. I don't want you to get confused now. The police, the people who have served, done their training for 6 months, are now been posted. They have now been posted because they received a letter that they should go ahead with the names. They should not complain. Now, this is another story. The real people who have the name given to them, which they are the indigenous of Kano. In the early week of July, 24 young men went to the governor of Kano State and informed him that they are all indigenous of Kano State, that they apply for police force, but their slot have been sold. That's what I'm saying now. That their slot have been, they went direct to the governor of their state. How many of us can be able to go to Willie Obiano or Governor Ugwuanyi or Hope Uzodimma? Of course, he's the supreme governor. Or Dave Umahi. How many of us can be able to go to these governors of us and to do what? To render, to ask for help? They cannot. We cannot. They cannot allow us. Because these people have been imposed on us. They were imposed on us. You understand what I'm saying now? And for that, they don't care about us. But these 24 young men, the real people who have the names given to them, what did they do? They went to their governor of Kano State and complained to him that they are the indigenous of Kano State, that they apply for police, but unfortunately, their slot was sold by the officials of the College of Nigerian Police Force and gave their names. They gave their names to the governor. And governor wrote a petition alongside with Senator Kabirgai, Senator Kabirga, to the IG of police, complaining that 24 slots meant for Kaduna State. You see, this is politics. This is not about the individuals anymore. It's about state. The governor now wrote a petition, writing a petition, and he wrote this petition to IG of police, this current IG of police, and he said that 24 slots that were meant for Kano State, has been stolen and sold. That's what I'm saying now. Has been sold. 24 slot meant for Kano State as entrance into the Nigerian police force has been sold by the officials of Maiduguri College Training. That's what I'm saying now. The IG of police, he endorsed the petition. Why wouldn't he endorse it? He endorsed the petition for investigation between the 1st July and 25th July 2020. All of these young men, 17 Christians, 7 Muslims, were arrested for 18 days. They were arrested for 18 days in a different cells under Kano State Command. They narrated him that in those 18 days, that they had nothing, they did not drink anything, no bath, nothing. They want to make sure that they died. They narrated him that in those 18 days that they had nothing, nobody is talking to them, they have not taken their baths. For these 18 days, they were jam-packed in one cell. They were, oh my goodness, they were jam-packed in one cell. 24 people jam-packed in one cell. In one cell. They urinate in that same cell, escalate in that same cell using a polythene bag. What am I saying this? I'm talking to most of our brothers and sisters who will think that maybe their father have something to sell or their brother have money. They want to go to police. Ejinaka go elaputo onwego. Ejinaka go wemegene laputo onwego. Ejinaka go welaputo onwego. I said it. Ejinaka go laputo onwego. In these 18 days, they were urinating, escalating, using polythene bag in that place. In that place, they have not taken bath. They have not taken their bath for that 18 days. You see what I'm saying now? They have not taken their bath for that 18 days. They only eat only once in a day. Only eat once in a day. That is to say, they have not eaten anything. Because somebody who will poo-poo, you will escalate, you will urinate using a polythene bag. Oh my goodness. They were restricted of their relation to come and visit them. On the 25th of July, all of them, the young men, were transferred to CID Area Command Headquarters, Abuja, where he was also detained, and there he met for them for the first time. People were informed before now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been saying it. I have been saying it. And we are telling you now, whatever promise that they promised you, that there's an opportunity for you in Nigerian police, in army, in navy, ignore it. Ignore it. The only way for you to have job is to help to disintegrate Nigeria, and that's it. There is no other way. There is no other way. So, what we are trying to tell you, the investigation started from on the 1st of July down to 24th. This is to say that the people, they have now find out what happened, and they decide to do what? To shut it down, to shut these people down by transferring them to CID detention headquarters, area command in Abuja, and return back people who their governors and their political activists has fought for them. You know what I'm saying now? So this is what I'm telling you. You must not, no matter what they promise you, you must not. Since 26 July upon until today, the 8th December 2020. So this is to tell you that this program is fresh. It was published on the 8th of December 2020. He said that these young men, these 24 young men, are still locked down in custody, restricted them from visitors, no sanitation, no food, no nothing. No food, no nothing. Like I said, I'm going to play the clip so that you can listen to that. I'm going to play the clip so you can listen to that. They had no chances. They had been investigated but found not guilty. You know what I'm saying now? With maggots, flies all over their bodies. Maggot, flies all over their body because they urinate in a polythene bag. They poo-poo in a polythene bag for 18 days. Oh, goodness. And these 24 young men in one cell. So after the investigation, they transferred them to CID. And they are there up until the 8th of December 2020. Of course, today is a 21st, and the 8th of December 2020 is 13 days from now. 13 days from now that this message has been out. Today making it 13 days that this whistle blower or this expose has come out. Today making it 13 days. He said they have no chances. They have been investigated but found not guilty. But because they want to close their mouths for coming out in public, they have to put them there with maggots, flies all over their body. He said physical evaluation of them will tell you that many of them have a mental fragment. That's what I'm saying now. So we are not talking about Nigeria to expose Nigeria in a sense that they will jail them, because they're not going to jail them. Nothing will happen. The same government that came out and said that they want to fight corruption. The same government that came out and said that they want to fight corruption. What is happening? What is happening? They have been completely demoralized. They have lost focus, and of them told him that if this is Nigeria, that they have lost hope in Nigeria. This is what they told him, that if this is Nigeria, that they have lost hope in Nigeria. They are currently in police cell, but what will amaze you is that they were arrested by the Interpol and kept in the cell by the Interpol. ASP Alihu threatened them that he will make sure that they were all executed. They say that their position is very clear, that they were deceived, cajoled, and initiated into giving out money because that they needed that job, because they were desperate to have that job. They were desperate to have that job. There is an article published by the published by the Sahara reporters based on this issue. I think I have to find it. Let me find it so that when but before that, let me play to you this so I can be listening to this. Then I will look for that article published by Sahara so that I can now able to understand. You can now be able to understand what I am talking about. Let me get it. Let me get it.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good evening, Nigerians. My name is Mahadishu. I am from Katsina State. I am an activist. I am a non-commercial whistleblower. I'm also a businessman based in Kaduna. I'm a Nigerian by birth. This is a special program. Special in the sense that it is going to give you a very sad story. A very sad story of 24 young men, all of them below the age of 27, who have been under incarceration and detention for the last 6 months at the 4th CID Headquarters Detention Center in Area 10 Abuja. I came across them when I was wickedly, unlawfully, deliberately arrested and detained against all existing laws in Nigeria for 11 days on the command and instruction of IGP Adamu of the Nigerian police on account of a complaint written by the instant government against me, in which I was assumed to have been guilty even before I was arrested. When I was detained in that cell, on the very night I was detained, I perceived an odor within the compartmentalized cells. And I said, let me go around in spite of my circumstances. And I came across 24 young men, 17 Christians, 7 Muslims, jam-packed in one cell, sleeping on the floor, smelling all over, incarcerated, no voice, no support, no anything coming to them. They were only surviving by the grace of God. The following morning, I took it upon myself to assume that I have no injury and I must take steps to heal their own injuries. I interviewed them, and the outcome of the interview is what I'm going to narrate to you now. In the first place, when the federal government wanted to complement the shortfall in the Nigerian police force, they advertised for people to apply for Nigerian police force constables. These young men said they applied because they met all the criteria of the application. They responded to the invitation to apply, and they applied as per the instruction on the police website. Subsequently, they received invitation letter to attend the entrance examination. They attended the exams in various police commands across the country. They arrived police training college on the 20th of October, and they were informed by Inspector Yerima Augustine But yes, they have responded and they have been invited as per the invitation letter they submitted. But he is sorry to inform them that people from their own states have over-applied. Their names are on the reserve list. They should go and come back after 3 days to know whether other people in their own states have not reported and they will replace them. After 3 days, on the 23rd October 2019, they were informed by the same Inspector Yarima Augustine that states they come from have over-applied, and that if they are still interested in joining the force, there are other states whose candidates have not turned up. Therefore, they should go home and bring along with them 700,000 naira each if they're interested. These young men are jobless. They went back to their respective states, as far as Taraba, as far as Borno, as far as Yobe, to go and get that money. I shedded tears when 3 of them narrated to me how they got 700,000 naira. One of them said 3 of his sisters were to get married, and for the last 5 years, they had been saving money to get them married out. But the mother weighed the pros and the cons, and she gave him 700,000 naira for those marriages that have not taken place anymore. The other one said his father sold 3 of his farms, and he sold 8 of his cattle to raise 700,000 naira. The other one said his father divided his house into 2, sold half, raised the money. In any event, they all returned with the money, which is called a levy, and they handed over that money to admin officer DSP Elia Kija, an AO at Police Training College Medical. However, one Philip John, who could not give cash, legally transferred 500,000 naira into the personal account of DSP Elia Kija, the admin officer. We have the evidence of the teller that that money was paid into. Also, Carlos James transferred 700,000 naira to Sergeant John Monday into Sergeant John's Monday's personal account. Evidence of transfer also available. 22 others gave their money in cash to DSP Elia Kija. Having paid that money, 24 of them, they were told to resume the following day, 28/10/2019, for training and to bring along with them all their original credentials. On arrival on the 28th October 2019, all their files containing the credentials were handed over and collected by Inspector Yerim August. On November 4, 2019, they were issued the serial numbers, which is called service number. And we were told that the said serial number, service number, is what will be their identity, henceforth, not their own names. On the 28th of 2019 to 24 July 2020, 6 months, they received extensive training, physical, mental, arms training, arms dismantling, arms reassembling, and arms research. They went for shootings endless time. After 6 months training, they were posted. Before that, 3 months into the training, they were called open and told them that They had the IG in sending an audit team to audit the training of 10,000 customers, and that they are going to be given new names which they must use and adopt in the event of being asked. But that after the IG team has gone back, they will go back to their original names. The team came and they were given names. Here I'm going to give you file 1. Their real names, their ages, their state of origin, and their local governments. On this file 2, I will give you their adopted names with Christians giving Muslims names against their own personal wish and desire. I will call the names and I'll put them in this voice. When they were leaving for posting to their various divisions, on the day they were leaving, the same person and asked him, "Sir, we are being posted with different names. What will happen to our original identity?" He told them, "Go to your divisions. You are going to receive signals transferring your original names back to you. You should not worry at all." They believed him. They were posted and they left for their various divisions. They kept on asking, even by phone, when are they going to have their name? Because they want to have a tag name carrying their own names. The DSP area kept on assuring them that something will happen. Before anything happened, on the date of passing out on 24th of 2020, they received posted letters exactly with the adopted names. And they were told to proceed to their divisions without any complaint. They kept on calling, and the answer was the same. However, on the 27th of April 2020, they were posted to various divisions and reported same date. They worked from 27 April 2020 to 26 June 2020. They worked for 3 months. In the first week of July, 24 young men went to the governor of Kano State and informed him that they are all indigenous of Kano State. They applied for Nigerian Police Force. Their names came out, but their slots had been sold by the officials of the Nigerian Police College. They gave their names. The governor wrote a petition along with Senator Kabir Gaya to the IGP, complaining that 24 slots meant for Kano State as entrance into the Nigerian Police Force had been sold by officials of the Maiduguri Police College.
Corruption.
The IGP endorsed
the
petition for investigation. Between 1st July and 25th July 2020.
This is not just a prank. You must tell your brother, your sister, or any of your siblings who want to go into police or army because of whatever they promised him. Listen and listen good. This is life.
All of these 24 young men, 17 Christians, 7 Muslims, were arrested for 18 days in different cells under Kano command. They narrated me that in those 18 days, they had not taken their bath a day. They were jam-packed in one cell. They were urinating and secreting in that cell using polythene bags. And they were fed only once in a day. There was total restriction of their relations coming to visit. On 25th, all of the 24 young men were transferred to 4 CID headquarters area 10 Abuja, where I was also detained, where I met them for the first time. Since 25th of July, up to today, 8th of December.
8th of December.
These 24 young men are still under lock and key. No visitors, no sanitation, no food, nothing. They are left to chances. They have been infested by maggots and lice all over their body. That is their current situation. Physical evaluation of them will tell you that some of them, if care is not taken,
and mental gangrene
will have mental treatment. They are already completely demoralized. They have lost focus.
They have lost focus.
And all of them told me that
they lost hope.
This is Nigeria. They have lost
hope in Nigeria. They are telling you now.
In police cell. What will amaze you is that they were arrested by Interpol and kept in the cell by Interpol. And an ASP who
threatened them
that
they will kill them,
ensure that they are all executed.
You see?
They said their position is very clear. They were deceived, cajoled, and initiated into giving out money because they need a job. They never knew the jobs were meant for other people. Indeed, what will surprise you is that two of the people whose names I'm going to call now, their souls in their own names are now being used by two other people in Taraba, which means their souls have also been sold. They are now being kept by Interpol. I don't know what Interpol business Interpol has to do with this recruitment exercise. They have not been taken to court. They have not been granted bail. They asked me, please, Uncle, we are begging you in the name of God to reach out on our own behalf. We are dying. We are hungry. We are traumatized. We are bewildered. We have lost focus. Everything is black, bleak, and grey, and darkness for us. For us, this is the end of the world. That is why 24 hours after I was released, I took it on myself to avoid my conscience chasing me to send.
24 hours after he was released, he took it upon himself for his conscience not to judge him. So that is to say that this man, let me get his name again. This man by name, Mr. Mahat Shehu, who is from Katsina State, was released on the 7th of December. And he making this public to the people on the 8th of December, which is almost 2 weeks now. Today making it 13 days.
This message as requested by them, as an obligation for me, to call on Christian Association of Nigeria, JNI, NUC, Bishop Conference, Nigerian Bar Association, National Human Rights Commission, Legal Aid Council, Police Service Commission, Senate Committee on Police, House Committee on Police, Governors of Borno, of Kano, Adamawa, Plateau, and the district of Kusada in Kaduna State. I will not tell the governor of Kaduna State to come because of one way, because he will never come. I'm requesting the district of Kusada to come over. His subject is one of those now under sale. Please come to the aid of this young man. They have been exposed to arms, to training, like you are seeing behind me now. I am calling you the names now. The original names of this young man. Number one is Muhammad Madu, 25 years, Borno State, from Chibok local government. Mukade Yusuf, 28 years, Borno State, Howard local government. Umar Ali, 24 years, Kano State, Nasarawa local government.
Now, the importance of this program is for us to be wise. When somebody come and tell you that there is hope in Nigeria, or Nigeria will be better tomorrow, my brother, my sister, you better run.
23 years, Borno State due. Nairu Ahmed, 25 years, Borno State Goza. Usman Adamu, 26 years, Borno State Howard. Jamila Mohammed, 22 years, Kaduna State Kusada. Usman Abubakar, 24 years, Kano State Nasarawa. Bamri Ishaya, 22 years, Borno State MMC. Norman Boda, 23 years, Borno State Askira Uba. Bulus Inwa, Borno State Askira Uba. Jacob Sebastian, 25 years, Borno State Askira Uba. Michael Umaru, 25 years, Borno State Askira Uba. Geoffrey Marcus, 23 years, Adamawa Nubinov. Kwada Kija, 24 years, Borno State Askira Uba. Yusuf James.
Now, without taking much of your time, if you want to watch this, I'm going to post it after this program. Now, what I'm going to show you now or read to you is an article. It's an article written by Sahara Reporters. An article written by Sahara Reporters on the December 11, 2020. It's called Exposed: How Nigerian College Officials Sold Constable Recruitment Sought for 700,000 naira each, by Sahara Reporter. Now, it says 24 applicants for constable in the Nigerian police force paid 700,000 naira each to secure the job in the recent nationwide recruitment by the police. President Buhari had in 2019 approved the recruitment. Of course, Buhari is dead, but let's go with the news. President Buhari had in 2019 approved the recruitment of 10,000 police constables to beef up security in the country. In 2019, this same story is in 2019 to 2020. It is said here that President Buhari had in 2019 approved the recruitment of 10,000 naira police constable to beef up security in the country. 10,000 naira, but the official has made it to become a business of the day for them. If you can be able to afford it, then you are good to go. 700,000 against 10,000 naira. You understand what I'm saying now? Now, Sahara reported gathered that 24 slots meant for Kano State were sold to some applicants from other states in 2019 by DSP Alakija and Inspector Yarima Augustine at the Nigerian Police Training College, Maiduguri in Borno State. The applicants unknowingly paid 700,000 naira each and were shortlisted as constable until Kano State Governor Umar Ganduje petitioned to the Inspector General of Police Adamu Muhammad in July 2020 that the slot meant for the state were sold by the training college officials. This is a news to back it up. This is a news to back it up. Now, Sahara reporter learned that IG of police endorsed the petition for investigation, and in July 2020, the 24 already recruited constables were arrested and detained at the first CID headquarters area to Garki, Abuja, Area 10, Garki, Abuja. I repeat, Sahara reporter learned that the IGP endorsed the petition for investigation in July 2020. The 24 already recruited constables were arrested and detained at the first CID headquarters, Area 10, Garki, Abuja. They were also denied access to their lawyers and family members. According to a human rights activist, Mahdi Shehu, this same man that we are listening right now. Now let's confirm. Let us confirm by this name. Can I confirm more? Let us confirm this name because I have everything here. I have everything. I have everything. Genau. Mahdi Shehu. According to a human rights activist, Mahdi Shehu, the constables were deceived and cajoled by Alakija and Yerima. Yerima narrated that the ordeal of the applicants. Yerima narrated the ordeal of the applicant. These young men apply for the job because they think they were qualified. This is one of the police who called himself, who are one of the people that deceived them, Yerima. He narrated his own part of the story, and he said that these young men apply for the job because they think they were qualified. Subsequently, they received invitation letter to attend the entrance examination. They participated in the exams in various police commands across the country. They were invited to the police training college in Maiduguri, and they arrived at the training college on October 20, 2019. It was there they met Inspector Yerima Augustine, who informed them that though they have responded and been invited as they pay the invitation letter, they submitted, he was sorry to inform them that people from home state have, however, applied. Therefore, their names were on the reserve list. So he told them to go home and come back after 3 days. After 3 days, on the October 23, 2019, they were informed by the same Inspector Yerima Augustine that they expect that it they came from had been over applied, and if they are still interested in joining police force, there were other states whose candidates are not yet filled up. So they should go home and bring along with them 700,000 naira each if they are interested. These guys are jobless. These guys are jobless. He said, these guys are jobless. They went back to their respective states to get the money. I shed tears when 3 of them narrated to me how they got the 700,000 naira. One of them said 3 of his sisters were to get married, and for the last 5 years they had been saving money to get them married, but the mother gave the 700,000 out of the money. Another said his father sold 3 of his farm's land, 8 cows, to raise money. The third person said his father divided his house into 2 and half of the sales to raise the money. So they were all returned with the money and handed it over to the admin officer at the training college. DSP Alakija, however, one Philip John, who could not give out cash, transferred the sum of 500,000 naira to the same officer. He had evidence of the transfer made by John to DSP Alakija. Having paid the money, the 24 of them were told that they will resume the following day for training and bring along with them all original credentials on arrival at the training college on the October 28, 2020. All the files were collected by Yerima. They were then issued a code number. They started receiving training. 3 months into the training, they were called upon that they had that IGP is sending an audit team to the college. They were told that they would be given new names which they must use and adopt in the event of being asked. And after the IGP team had gone, they would go back to their original names. They would go back to original names. Christians among them giving Muslims names against their conscience. On the day they were to pass out, they went to meet Yerima that they were being posted with different names and what will happen to their original identity. He told them not to worry, but go to your various divisions as they were told. That's what I'm saying now. Receiving signals transmission that will be transferred to their names. On April 27, 2020, they were posted to various divisions and reported to the same day. They worked from April 27 until June 26. In the first week of the 24th, young men went to the governor's Kano State, informed him that they are all indigenous of Kano. So this is an evidence to show you that what we are telling you is to be careful. Do not let any of your brother, your sister to fall into this temptation. So you don't say that you were not informed. You will not say that you were not informed. We've been telling you before and we are telling you now. Do not say that you're not being informed. You are informed. You are informed. On April 27, 2020, they were posted to various divisions and reported the same day. They worked from 27 till June 26, 2020, in the first week of July, another 24 young men went to the governor of Kano and informed him that they are all indigenous of Kano State, that their names came out, but officials of the Nigerian police have sold their names. The governor wrote a petition to the IG police complaining that 24 slots meant for the state as the entrance to the police had been sold by the official of Nigerian Police College. The IGP endorsed the petition for investigation in July. All these 24 young men, 17 Christians, some Muslims, were arrested for 18 days in different cells under Kanu command. On July 25th, all these men were arrested, were transferred to the Federal CID headquarters in Abuja. Since July 25th up until today, December 8th, all 24 young men are still under lock and key. No visitor, no sanitation, no food. They are just left there. They are entirely demoralized. They have lost focus. They are young. These are young men, Nigeria, who were cajoled and deceived because they needed the job. They never knew that the job were meant for others, people. That will surprise you now is that the names of the people being used by me, their stock have also been sold. Interpol is now keeping them. I don't know what the business of Interpol in this recruitment case. They haven't been taken to court. So this is the proof. One proof is a clip. Another proof is an article written by Sahara Reporters. Sahara Reporters. Another article written by Sahara Reporters, to able to tell your brothers and sisters that you must not fall into this cajole or whatever they call it, because IG or police is involved in this. IG or police is involved in this. Another thing to tell you that IG or police is one of the most corrupted politicians that we have in Damnable Local Government Nigeria. Another report here, exposed again by Sahara Reporters, how IGP Adamu, Ghanaian wife, fraudulently converted land of Abuja's engineer to retirement benefit. The Inspector General of Police in Nigeria, Mohammed Adamu, and his Ghanaian wife, Aisha, has forcefully taken over about 50 acres of land belonging to Engineer Michael Ayuba of KYC Interproject Limited in Lugbe, Abuja. Documents seen by Sahara Reporter have shown it was gathered that Adamu had used his office to threaten and unlawfully detain Ayuba despite a court order for the police to vacate the land. This is another expose that IG or police is corrupt. So, you, my brothers and sisters, you must not allow yourself or allow your sister or allow your brother to fall into the victim. You that is watching me right now, you must not allow your brother, you must not allow your sister to do what? To fall into this victim. If there is any of your brother or somebody that you know who want to join into police despite what is happening today, please refer him or her into this program. It is titled, They Were Informed. They were informed. Mazin Nandekan were informed you. I myself, Mazin Innocent Kendelimi Ibn Emmanuel informed you. Simon Simon Ekpa informed you. Prince Darlington informed you. Ikenga informed you. And a lot of people who are into the struggle, what we are doing is to inform you, always inform you, including this our sister who is in Italy. I don't know, I forgot her name, including Biafran child. A lot of people have been informing you. You know, so never fall into this temptation. Thank you very much for joining this program. Make sure you share so that other people can be able to get it. I still remain Mazi Innocent Nkendelem Emmanuel. Thank you very much for watching. And may Chukwu Okike Abiama bless you and bless your day. We will see ourselves in some other time. Thank you very much.